Buongiorno from our home in Sicily. The cleanup continues after Cyclone Harry rips through the east coast of Sicily. We're going to go to a site outside of Acireale that was hit pretty hard, where over 100 volunteers rolled up their sleeves, got trash bags, and helped in the cleanup.
Yeah, it's been 100 kilometers of the eastern seaboard of Sicily was essentially destroyed, and we're going to kind of focus on what the people are doing over here this week more than anything else. I think the resilience that they have.
And of course, you've heard about the landslide happening in the town of Niecemi in the province of Caltanissetta. Over 1,000 people have been displaced. It's a crazy situation. First, let's go to Acireale, where they're cleaning up. This warms my heart. Everyday Sicilians coming out on a Wednesday, and they're helping their fellow citizens clean up. This image is always so striking for me. Padre Pio standing strong, overlooking the people. And you've got people of really all ages here. Oh my Lord. You know, you see the pictures, you see the videos, but unless you're here, I don't know how to even describe this. Look at this. Homes completely destroyed. Look at this book. As of the taping of this video, the government promised 100 million for the 3 regions affected. That is Sardinia, Calabria, and Sicily. 33 million for the entire Sicily? Are you kidding me? Look at this place. A lot of these people do not live here, but they came. Some of them were telling me from Catania and Acireale. I mean, this is a section of Acireale, but they made their way here to help. Teamwork at its best, I'll tell you what. I mean, this is like everything completely destroyed. This is what has risen from tragedy. A beautiful group of resilient volunteers, over 100, and also the Red Cross, helping their fellow members of the community. This is so heartwarming, I have to tell you. This is unbelievable. Well, that's something interesting. How old do you think this TV is? The ocean waves brought in a lot of trash that was probably there for many years.
Sì, è vero, è una grande tragedia, però la cosa bella è che oggi ci sono tante persone, più di 100 persone, che danno una mano e contribuiscono e aiutano il prossimo, tutti quelli che hanno avuto la casa danneggiata. Quindi è bello fare comunità, è bello che ci sia tanta gente che è venuta qui spontaneamente a Stazzo per dare questo contributo. Nelle prossime giornate, nelle prossime settimane saremo anche a Santa Tecla, dove c'è anche lì una criticità, dove anche lì sono state danneggiate tantissime case, e quindi oggi in una bellissima giornata di sole c'è tanta gente in strada che aiuta il prossimo, e questa è la cosa più bella che serve a far ripartire la città, a far ripartire il paese, a dare fiducia a chi oggi ha avuto una casa danneggiata.
Approssimatamente quante famiglie ha perso?
150, tra qua e Santa Tecla almeno un 150 case
Wow.
danneggiate.
E qualche ristorante,
Sì, c'è
lido?
anche qualche ristorante, qualche B&B, qualche lido, ci sono anche attività commerciali che purtroppo in questo momento sono chiuse perché l'attività e l'immobile è stato danneggiato in maniera importante.
This is the most beautiful scene after a huge tragedy. Look at this team. Beautiful. Secondo te, quasi quanti soldi bisogna per ripartire?
Ma per Acireale sicuramente c'è almeno 50 milioni, compresi dei porti, perché ci sono tutti i porti che si devono rifare. Per tutta la Sicilia sicuramente più di 1 miliardo e mezzo. Ancora le stime è difficile da fare perché man mano che si va avanti si scoprono altri problemi, quindi sono delle stime indicative e iniziali che servono a indicare, però pian piano il dato si affina e si ha, come dire, il costo che è un costo importante per l'Italia.
Hai un messaggio per nostra maggiorità sono americani, canadesi con siciliano parenti. Hai un
Il messaggio per tutti voi è quello di venire, quest'estate venite in Sicilia.
Bravo.
Perché non mancherà nulla, questo è solamente qualcosa di passeggero, noi siamo forti, siamo resilienti, quindi
Molto.
già quest'estate potete venire perché vi ospiteremo nella nostra bellissima isola.
Amen. Give Sicilians a few months and they'll be up and running for sure. At the rate that they're going, a lot of the places are already clean, so it's good to see. And that spirit of resilience, that spirit of we're in it together no matter where in Sicily. Love that. These are the things that just tug at my heart. This house has been here since 1910. And they're telling me, this is their joy. They're so close to the sea and this is their life. And looks like a gym in there. Teamwork at its best, I'll tell you what.
Beh, ci sentiamo tutti uniti nell'aiutare i nostri concittadini attraverso lo sgombero delle rovine che sono state causate dalla mareggiata. Quindi l'unico modo per aiutarli è stargli vicino e aiutarli allo sgombero per ripristinare il prima possibile le proprie case e anche il territorio che è stato devastato da questa mareggiata. Quindi l'attività di solidarietà attraverso il volontariato con lo sforzo fisico è un'attività importante perché dimostra quanto ci teniamo a noi stessi.
United in helping to rebuild this tragedy, even a travesty, brings out the good in people. Wow.
Il prete quello che era.
This area really is God's country. We're in Santa Tecla, just 2 kilometers away. And same story. But some towns were hit harder than others, for sure. This is the Sicily we know. Here we are in Ognina. This main road, Lungomare, is still closed. We started a fundraiser to go directly to the people affected the most, and these are going to archdioceses, it's going to families and other nonprofits that are helping people, and I'll leave you a link down below. And the first disbursement already went out this week.
The first disbursements, plural. 2 weeks ago, we were at a standstill position, all right? We reacted, the Sicilian Project folks reacted. We're all unpaid volunteers, by the way. Let's just get that out. And number two, we not only started one, we've collected almost 28,000 US dollars. We broke it up into tranches, and we've already dispersed, this is within the first 2 weeks, over 10,000 US dollars. And we're going to finish it off strong. And if God wants, and if there are angels out there, Esther, the more money that you can give into the link below, the more we can give out. But from Messina all the way down to Mazzamemi, we're throwing money as much as we possibly could.
Yeah.
So right now, it's getting into the hands of people who are in need. Let me get that out. That's what I wanted to say.
I want to say thank you to all of you who have donated to this cause. And I have to tell you that one of the reasons that I went down to Stazzo in the province of Acireale, because I wanted to see firsthand how much the devastation was. Of course, we had footage last week from Acireale, which is 5 minutes from us, which was severely impacted. But to see other areas as well is really, really tears at my heart. But on the flip side, seeing all those volunteers come from all over the place, really, people who don't even live there help out their fellow citizens, was really heartwarming.
I say all the time, it's in the DNA of the Sicilian people. They're very resolute, and they're almost stoic. And one of the things we found out this week is how proud they are in even taking money that you want to give to them. Where we've had several people say to us, "No, thank you, give it to somebody else." Can you imagine that? They're standing in a devastated house, right? The whole area is ruined, but they look you in the eye and they say, "Now we'll do it ourselves." So it's in the DNA. I am more and more profoundly impressed with the resilience that we're seeing over here on a daily basis.
And just so you know, we vet out these places. Some of these places we've donated before because of our Sicilian Project nonprofit English classes. Other people are given to us as, friends of ours are telling us, this is an area you should look at. These are people who need, so we're vetting out the places that where the money is going for sure.
And we're also putting the money in where people who have lost jobs. One of our first donations was in Catania, in a little fishing village that got wiped out. So there was a small association of a fishermen association there. We sent money to them right away. We're doing the same thing out in Nodo. I think the money already has gone out, correct? This money's already gone out
for Mazzamemi, and Nodo.
Right, south of Siracusa, right? So as fast as we're identifying the areas of need, we then have to make contact with reputable people to make sure that the money's not going into anybody's pockets.
And we're not doing any government entities, only nonprofits or churches.
Trusted.
Or families.
Right. Trusted people. And you want to know something? I want to thank Esther for 1 second, because over the years we have built up a vast network, thanks to our touring business, of local guides. So who knows better than an area in Mazzameni or Noto or Taormina or going right up the thing are the guides who live there.
Our guides, our drivers, those have been instrumental in helping us
And
identify areas.
Esther's had the presence of mind. I would have never thought of that, to be honest with you. She's had the presence of mind to contact these, and she gives me names of organizations. Frankly, I've been here over 20 years, never heard of them, but those are the ones that need help.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're giving their money, they're getting the money, and they're walking over and they're giving it to whoever needs it. And believe me, they know who need it. So I got to tip my hat to you, buddy.
Thanks, honey. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, a cyclone ripping through the east coast of Sicily, now there's a landslide in the province of Caltanissetta in Niecemi. Now, we are, this is just unveiling now and sort of breaking news now. Authorities have evacuated over 1,000 people, and I'm going to try to make it over there next week because I want to see where the people have been displaced. Of course, a lot of them are in B&B, but it is really an unbelievable situation. And Niecemi is not the only one in Sicily that is at risk of landslides. And so this is an issue we're going to probably touch upon a little bit deeper another time. But trust me, people have been warned before that there was a danger of a landslide.
It's a controversial issue what's happening, and I'm in reading all the Sicilian newspapers, which really knows the ins and outs of it. A lot of these homes that have been getting destroyed, and not a lot of them, a significant amount, were put up really, I want to say, in unregulated manners. With not, I mean, come on, you gotta build a house 20 feet away or 30 feet away from the sea. I mean, obviously, then when when there's a big storm, guess what? You're gonna get whacked. Anybody knows that. But in this particular town that she's talking about, they had constructive notice up to 25 years ago that the subsoil was kind of like, it looks like beach sand, all right? And then in 2019, the government released a report saying, hey, what's going on here? And it fell on deaf ears, and that's what this is a very controversial issue right now.
At the end of the day, it is controversial, and again, we have a situation, unfortunately, where government knows of something and then sits on it and says, oh, it won't happen, or we don't have the money, or there's other priorities, or whatever excuses, and they really just are excuses. At the end of the day, over 1,000 people have been displaced. At the end of the day, 1,000 people have lost their homes, or will lose their home. At the end of the day, those 1,000 people are where my attention is going to, and I'm hoping to bring you videos and maybe some interviews from there next week.
I have a message for the Italian politicians that watch our show diligently, okay? After 9/11 happened in the United States, in New York City, the whole finger-pointing issue went away, partisan, left, right, Republicans, that went away, and Americans, you were an American, you weren't a Democrat, you weren't a Republican, right? Please, guys, men and women who are politicians, this isn't a left or a right issue in Sicily. These are people who are now homeless. Their life is gone in terms of what they've worked for.
The home. They lost their homes, the place that they call home.
Right. This is a Sicilian issue and an Italian issue, and guess what? Like up in the north, the story is fading into oblivion, okay? Leaving Sicily like it always is, holding the dirty end of the stick. So we know what to do. We know what to do. We know who to put pressure on, so to speak. And as the weeks and months go by, this is what we're going to do. One last thing I want to say about the tourism business, all right?
That's exactly where I was going to go.
Yeah, we're getting lots and lots of emails. Listen, as far as we can tell, all right, all our hotels in the areas that we go to, which are the best areas, none of them got hit.
They got hit, but not destroyed.
Not bad.
Not destroyed.
The same thing with the restaurants and the bus companies.
Yeah.
And the best bus. By the time the touristic season starts, and for all intents and purposes, ours starts in the beginning of April, okay, toward middle of April and so forth, you're going to be able to come here and this will be a wound that is on its way to be healed.
They're moving fast.
They're
for
moving
sure.
very
They're
fast
very
on that.
It's like the mayor of Acireale said, the best thing you can do for Sicily, not the only thing, but the best thing you can do for Sicily is to come to Sicily.
Right.
Help them economically by spending your money. That is the best way, because a lot of these places that were impacted were touristy, except for Stazzo, which is not very touristy.
Right.
But come to Sicily. Our tours are going to be ongoing. I have spoken to all of our hotels, and everyone is going forward and looking forward to the 2026 season, including our restaurants down in Acireale, which were impacted. They're already saying by mid-February, end of February, they hope to be open.
I want to give a shout out to Roberto Shadillo of Giardini Naxos for two reasons. Number one, he's got 1 foot in the political temperature of the Taormina Giardini Naxos, and he was able to identify to us an organization that we're in the process of making arrangements with to get money to in that neck of the woods. But he's also, in his other foot, is in the side of the Catholic Church, because he's been very active with Rome. So when we asked, the first person we called up was Roberto, help us out up in that area of the woods. Who should the money go to? And this guy has bent over backwards, vetting, giving us information. So that's just one example of people over here who have jumped up, Sicilian people, right?
Yep. And
to help
the next area that we're going to focus on is this town in Caltanissetta. As I said, I'm going to go there. I want to see it with my own eyes, and we'll have an update for you next week. And thank you so much for all of you who have donated, who have written, who have had us in their prayers. Grazie mille, and we look forward to seeing you again next week on another video of You, Me, and Sicily.
I want to say one last thing. Do me a favor. Please share this video. If you share this video, the recipient, thanks to you, might be an angel who might see and decide to make a nice donation to our fundraising effort right now. So besides that, I want to say, se benediga, grazie per tutti, and we'll see you next week.
I got to show you this unbelievable rainbow in our house. Take a look. This is so beautiful.